This is a funny story that my family and I still talk about, and I wanted to share it with you guys. I actually did get a bit of inspiration just from this TikTok alone.
Tell me about a time someone talked about you in another language and you showed them that you understood them in that language.
So here we are. Now let's get into it. So, as you can tell from the title, I am Hispanic, and people who have met me have told me that at first glance, I don't look Spanish at all, and I get why. I look as white as a cracker. So for context, my dad was born in Cuba and came to the United States with my grandma to live in Florida in the 1980s. My mom, on the other hand, was born in Illinois, and she came to visit a friend in Florida and decided to stay around the late 1990s. Later, my mom and dad both met, fell in love, and in the year 2000, my mom had my older sister. Then in 2002, my mom gave birth to an adorable little lizard and named her Nicolette. Yeah, that's me. Now back to the story. Let's talk about how I showed this family who thought I didn't know Spanish that I did in fact know Spanish. So this event took place when my grandma and I were at home together and we suddenly had the urge to go to Taco Bell to get something to eat. So we arrived at Taco Bell, I got out of the car while my grandma waited, and I walked into Taco Bell. So I walk in and I saw this pretty big group of people to my left. Like there were adults, teenagers, children. It was a pretty big family. And they all sat on this booth that was like against the wall by the entrance. And you know, it's whatever. I didn't really pay much attention to it. I just waited in line, finally got to the counter, ordered, I made my payment, and I sat at this little table with two high chairs that was about a couple feet away from the family by the entrance. So I'm just waiting at my table for a bit when I overheard someone say this. "Qué fea esa ropa." So I hear this, and I turn to my left again, and I see that same family just whispering to each other and just staring at me. And I'm like, huh? And guys, I'm being honest, I know exactly what I wore that day. A blue and green flannel shirt, neon green shorts, and sandals. And yeah, I know, I had horrible fashion, still do. But I figured that it didn't matter because it's Taco Bell. Who's gonna care? It's a fast food establishment. And I'm pretty sure that at the time I just took the most random pair of clothes that I saw and was like, whoop, let's go. And I was 15 at the time. And I didn't really think that my outfit would be an issue to some people, I guess. So I see what's going on and I'm like, okay, I know for a fact that I'm not going to do a whole Kamehameha on them like Goku from Dragon Ball Z. So I'll just ignore it. My food should be out shortly, and then I'll just go home. It's no big deal. But then, I get a call from my grandma, and I just thought to myself, I had this little itty bitty baby idea that I'll just answer the phone, I'll talk to her in Spanish like normal, and I'll just see what happens. This was just a teeny experiment of mine. So I answered the phone, and our conversation went something like this. Also, my Spanish isn't the best, I know. Personally, I understand it better when I hear it, but please correct me if I said something wrong, but our conversation went something like this. ¿Qué pasa, tita? ¿Dónde está, Nikki? Yo estoy en el restaurante, pero I'll be out soon. ¿Está bien? Yo sí, pero estaré esperando aquí, ¿ok? Ok, te amo, tita. Te amo, mi amor. Bye. Bye-bye. Y'all, this family to my left got so quiet. I turned to my left, and every single eye was on me. It was dead silent in the restaurant now. So I'm sitting there, barbecue sauce on my So I'm sitting there, somewhat embarrassed that all of them were staring at me, but in my head, I was kind of proud of myself, and that's on period. I was also thinking about how I was going to tell my grandma the story, and then one of the workers said that my order was ready. Order for Nikki. And as I got up, walked from my chair to the front, I heard this woman at that same table say to another, Nikki, su nombre es Nikki. And in my head, I was like, So I just get my food, walk out the door, I sit down in the car, and I'm like, Tita, abuelita, you will not believe what just happened. So I tell her the whole thing while she's pulling out Taco Bell, and right when I finish, she starts cackling. She was losing it about this story, and so was I. And even now, when we still talk about it, we still crack up laughing. So for those who may have kinda noticed, we call our grandma Tita. It's kind of funny because I think this was my sister's first word, and it just kinda stuck with the family, and we still do call her Tita to this day. Also, I don't even think I took this situation personally at the time. I think I was just like, wow, my choice of clothes really failed me, huh? And at the time, I think I just saw this opportunity and I wanted to make a funny moment out of it and just have some fun. Damn. 15-year-old me being savage than 19-year-old me. Huh. Anyways, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Please feel free to let me know in the comments if you've dealt with a similar experience like me. And I hope you guys have a good rest of your day. I'll see you guys next time. Bye!